Can't keep spending hundreds of billions of dollars protecting people that don't even like us.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
These Americans that voted for America First, they meant it. And here's the warning to Republicans, and I can't say this loud enough. People are going to sit it out. People are not going to show up and work for you and door knock for you and vote for you and give you money and sit there and hand you the majority and hand you full control over this country if you're not willing to actually deliver the agenda that the people demanded, that the people bought in, that the people are begging for. Screw the Democrats. They destroyed the country, absolutely destroyed the country. We had Antifa, BLM riots in 2020. We had ridiculous spending, COVID lockdowns, forced masking, forced vaccines. They torched education by forcing kids to stay home, whether it's 2026 midterms or the 2028 presidential race. These are the things people are thinking about, and they haven't forgotten, and they want someone that they know and they can trust that is literally going to stick it out and finally deliver these things.
What's good, my people? You're watching the MC2 Tall Show. I, of course, am your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host, MC2 Tall. And remember, wild bagels, those bagels sure are wild. And we're going to delve into something that I've been leery about delving into because I'd rather unite the right than divide based on this subject. But I hear a lot going on and I have to draw a line somewhere. And I gotta say, this video is called America First. And if you look at the entire Tucker Carlson video, where he interviews Marjorie Taylor Greene, prior to that, in his monologue, he breaks down the 5 pillars of MAGA, first one being America First, putting the needs of your constituents, if you are an American president, before that of any other nation or entity on the face of the earth. If you are the American president, America is your priority, your top priority, the needs of your people that have put you in office. And that makes perfect sense. In my opinion, that makes perfect sense. So with that said, I don't think it makes me an anti-Semite, a jihadist, a Nazi, or Hitler himself to simply say that when an American politician invokes the name of Israel more so than that of the United States of America, I worry. I worry about where that politician's loyalty is. This means equally across the board of all nations. We have no special allies that we should be placing ahead of other allies. I mean, France helped the United States become the United States greatly. Because of France, we got the Louisiana Purchase, and toward the end of the 19th century, France even gifted us the Statue of Liberty. And in many of our American fast food restaurants, we even have this nice, cute little thing called French fries. So, I mean, the French have been a little bit snobby towards us for the last 50 years or so. They begged us to get involved in Vietnam and then bailed out on us. But in spite of that, the French had done a lot for the United States, including its very foundation. I mean, if you wanted to be technical and we had to prioritize some nation other than the United States over all the other nations in the world, one would think that nation would be France. England was very helpful to the United States after 9/11. One would think England would be a priority, that England would be considered our greatest ally. And we have to look also into the very foundation of Israel. Speaking of our great ally, England, the Rothschilds of Great Britain pressured Great Britain to give up a land that they had under their jurisdiction. That land happened to be the very same piece of land where biblical Israel was. And for a few centuries, it was under a name that was intended to be a badly pronounced version of Philistine. And so these Jordanian refugees, the Romans had called Philistines and badly pronounced it and called them Palestinians and called the land Palestine. And it was pretty much virtually a barren land with refugees still living there whose ancestry is from Jordan and Syria. And it was under the jurisdiction of Great Britain. The Rothschilds pressured Great Britain to give up that jurisdiction and form the current Jewish state of Israel in 1948. This was because of the Holocaust. And the European countries would not take the Jewish refugees back into their respective European countries. So there is a nation of Israel, and that nation of Israel does indeed have a plight. But should we actively get involved and wipe out every enemy this nation has, or understand that we've helped this nation build itself to be strong enough to defend itself, and then allow it to defend itself? It's good to have allies. It's good to have allies, but we do not have to fight our allies' battles for them, especially if they're strong enough to defend themselves. And Israel has an iron dome. They're strong enough to defend themselves, to be honest. If we really want to be honest. I'll tell you what I am against. Actively forming an alliance with the sworn enemies of Israel. And I'm against actively helping these enemies of Israel destroy Israel. Like the United States should not be turning missiles on Israel to save Hamas from Israel. But at the same time, local politicians in local elections should not feel an obligation to call themselves an ally of Israel. They should be an ally of whatever jurisdiction they're seeking office in. Like if you're running for mayor of New York, your greatest ally should be New Yorkers. You should be looking out for the best interest of New Yorkers. Not even Californians who are fellow Americans, not even Ohioans who are fellow Americans, but New Yorkers. If you're running for the mayor of New York City, you should have a higher concern for New York City than even other cities in the state of New York, like Buffalo, Binghamton, Albany, what have you. And you certainly shouldn't be saying, the first thing I'm going to do when I'm mayor of New York is go to Israel, put on a yarmulke, bow my head, and put my hand on a wall. Yes, I've seen the pictures of the wall. It's a very nice wall. It looks nice. It looks majestic and all. But I've seen enough of it from the pictures that if I should ever run for office, that I don't have the urgency to go there, put my hand on it, and bow my head. And I don't think that's blasphemous. I don't think God's going to strike me down and send me to hell if I never go to this wall, put my hand on it, and bow my head. And I don't think it makes me any holier if I were to bow my head and put my hand on this wall. Yes, that piece of land does have a lot of history. But that piece of land is under the jurisdiction of an independent nation who can now defend itself and doesn't really need our help. And this is Carmine, by the way. Carmine loves me. He's a very nice cat. I'd say he's about 7, maybe 8 weeks old now. I could be wrong. He could be a whopping 2 months old for all I know. But anyway, I don't think my cat should be labeled a vile human being and an anti-Semite for prioritizing America over other nations. Like if Carmine could speak fluent English and say America first, and then when somebody screams out, what about Israel? He repeats America first, that he should be considered an anti-Semite for saying that. And the reason why I showed the clip from Tucker Carlson and in interviewing Marjorie Taylor Greene is because I don't believe in shunning and turning my back to Tucker Carlson. I don't believe Tucker Carlson is a vile human being. I don't think he's an anti-Semite. I certainly don't think he's anti-American. There are people that will actually tell you Israel first is America first. one of them's got to be first. Only one could be at the top list of your priorities. You can't juggle two things at the top of your priorities. Yeah, protect your allies, I get that, but look out for your allies, protect them, but don't fight their battles for them. And that's where Americans who wholeheartedly believe in America first have an issue with people who can't seem to get the name of Israel out of their mouth when they have American issues to deal with. I don't think it's vile or disgusting at all to look at American politicians that have more to say about safeguarding and protecting Israel than the United States at its own southern border and saying, hey, what the hell is going on here? Not everybody Israel is at war with is someone the United States should be at war with as well. Did you know the head of Barbados, the person governing Barbados, did you know he said there should be a regime change in Israel? Should we stop bombing Barbados? Should the United States send out the Air Force and start bombing the living hell out of Barbados? With Mark Levin leading the charge, they are an enemy of Israel, and therefore they are the enemy of every hard-working American, trying to live the American dream. And this is why voters are going to put Republicans' feet to the fire. People who voted Republican, people who are part of the majority popular vote that got Donald Trump in office, which means the majority of America likes Donald Trump. They don't hate Donald Trump. They love and approve of Donald Trump, but they are leery about other Republicans and where their priorities are. And they will hold Republican politicians' feet to the fire. They will hold Republicans' feet to the fire. And they will vote wisely. And some of these Republicans are going to get primaried out, I'm telling you. And Marjorie Taylor Greene said that. They're going to try to primary out the Republicans they don't like. And if they can't, they'll sit at home during the general elections. And a lot of voters are like this. This is why I say, forget the Democrats, write them off. They're fanatic. They're screwed up in the head. They are, in my opinion, actively looking to destroy America, to build a one-world totalitarian socialist government with no borders, no guns, no God, and no gold. And the Democratic Party is the face of that. But there are also a few slithering snakes amongst the Republicans. And it's those you have to comb out of the Republican Party. This way you have one clear, decisive party that is ideal for the American people. Not the Jamaican people, not the French people, not the Russian people, not the Ukrainian people, not the Lithuanian people, not the Italian, Polish, Czechoslovakian, or Portuguese people, not for the Israeli people, the American people. that's where I'm going with this. I don't believe in the destruction of Israel, but I don't believe in the destruction of America for the preservation of any nation other than the United States of America. And how are you going to destroy America for the preservation of America? It makes no sense. And so there's where my priorities lie. America first means America first. America first does not mean England, France, Germany, Russia, Italy, Poland, Spain, or Israel first. It means America first. America is a gift from God, and we have to cherish this gift from God, as our cats, of course. And on to the I say, respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, love your cats, stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host that is never gross, MC Too Tall. America first, baby. America first.